Hawaii, it sounds great this time of year with the relaxing waves and the peaceful sun shining down and the moist sand beneath your feet. And it sounds more like a dream than reality, but thanks to our next speaker, Brittany Bowden, that may be a reality for all of us. Brittany Bowden was born in El Paso, Texas, born and raised, and she, like me, enjoys a good challenge. She grew up running, playing sports, reading, playing the piano, all, a very well-rounded life. She served her mission in Brazil and is now here finishing up her last semester at BYU studying nutritional science. Brittany will teach us tonight about meditation. After running 2 half marathons last year, she decided to take on a new challenge, and that was meditation. She, after reading numerous books, has become quite the expert and will now inform us tonight about how we can be the same. So relax, sit back in your seats, and enjoy all the effects of a peaceful Hawaii vacation.
103.
And what did they have in common?
A challenge.
Say that again. A challenge. They enjoy challenges. Good. And what did they have in common? Oh, I asked that. I was so caught up in imagining Hawaii, I just can't get past those beaches. And what did he do to give her credibility?
She's been studying it.
You've done 2 half marathons.
Yeah. So you also want to take the feedback afterwards.
Okay.
So, who's timing? Oh,
That's me.
are you ready?
I am
According to College Magazine, BYU is ranked 4th as the most high-strung, competitive, and stress-inducing college in the nation. And rightly so. I mean, how many of us have a full school workload schedule, a job, family, dating issues, our church callings? This can stress us out a little bit, but stress isn't always a bad thing. Low levels of stress can actually help us, can give us that edge right before a test or adrenaline right before a race. But it's when these stress levels rise and anxiety increases that it can be a little destructive. It can cause physical discomfort and disorganization and distraction. Meditation can help us with this. We all want to be happy. We all want to be successful. And meditation is a way that we can get there. So I'm going to talk about 3 things. What meditation is, how we can do it, and some benefits of meditating. In the book Calming Your Anxious Mind by Jeffrey Brantley, he focuses on paying attention to the present moment, to being aware of what's happening in the now, in the present. But sometimes we go through things that aren't so much fun, that are really stressful, and we don't want to be there. We want to be distracted. We want to think about something else. But in reality, this isn't helpful. This is actually counterproductive. When we do this, we perpetuate unnecessary suffering. When we avoid and escape discomfort and pain, which is actually just a part of being alive. Buddha said, "The source of suffering is our attempt to escape from our direct experience." Mindfulness, or meditation, is paying attention to what we're experiencing now, what's coming and going. It doesn't reject anything. When we're mindful, we show up for our lives. We don't miss them by being distracted or by wishing that things could be different. Instead, we realize what needs to be changed and we understand what we need to do. But how do we actually meditate? How do we do this? There's actually many ways that we can meditate. One way, outlined by Karen Wegela, the author of The Courage to Be Present, outlines 3 different topics. The first is body, and then breathing and thoughts. Most of us think of meditation and we think of something like this.
Unblanket.
I unblinked it.
It's like warming up.
You may take a minute to warm up. It's not
Can we pause my time?
You keep explaining.
Okay. So a picture will come up.
And then come back to it.
of kind of an awkward position that we mostly think about when we think about meditation, kind of the lotus with our legs all crisscrossed and stuff. There we go. But in reality, we can do it just sitting like this. So sitting in a chair, we want to make sure we're in an environment that is free of distraction. Having a straight back, not tense, but straight, and our arms relaxed and our feet flat on the ground. The second is our breathing. We want to focus on our breathing, not manipulate our breathing, but be aware that it is part of our present. Naturally, our mind is going to wander, but the important thing is to come back to where we are. We're sitting and we're breathing. And so our thoughts can sometimes be racing, one on top of the other. We can be thinking about our memories, we can be planning for the future, we can be doing all sorts of things. But when this happens and we get caught up in this, we need to come back to the present, to our breathing, to our body. So some benefits. In a study done by DeBorges, published in Frontiers in Human Neuroscience, participants who engaged in meditation just for 10 minutes a day experienced a better emotional control, more attentiveness, and more concentration based on MRI scans of the brain. So by dealing with stress and anxiety in the present and not avoiding it, by using these 3 steps, focusing on our body, our breathing, and our thoughts, we can become more in control of our emotions, more attentive, and be able to better concentrate. This can lead to being happier and being more successful.
Fine.
5:07. Nice.
Yeah. So what did you like with this one?
I really liked the statistic at the beginning. It was really it was a really good, hook, as I heard.
Good observation, shocking, and it made it relate to this audience, not just, oh, those people in New York, yeah, no, it was stressful.
I thought the visuals were really nice. They're very simple. Even though there's a delay with them, but just I don't know, there were 2 things you could relate with very well, and it instantly made me want to sit up and attain that position.
I did put my feet on the floor.
Yeah.
And the rest of you did too, but that made you want to. Good point. And Shane, you can be sitting up while we're talking. What else did you like? Oh, Megan, sorry, I didn't see you.
I liked at the very beginning her gesture towards here. I can't remember what she said. She was like, "You ever wonder?" It was just the beginning gesture, and
yes.
it catches your eye.
Uh-huh.
She did that. So it was
Good. Garrett.
I am yawning, but I also
Okay.
liked the her. I don't know if you'd say it's the inflection, but the dynamic of her speaking was conversational. Because when you get nervous, you want to go keep it monotone. But when you're talking with your friends, you're like, can you believe that? And you can hear how the voice goes up and down, and so it's a little bit easier to listen to if people maintain that dynamic.
Good point, and you did just what will help it sound conversational.
Mhm.
You make all your variations unpredictable. So usually when we're reading, they're very predictable. Da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da. Or when we're nervous, like you said, it's more monotone, but the unpredictability of it makes it interesting. Good. Okay, so.
You're super.
Can I ask a question about that statistic that she gave at the beginning? So, is that really, we're the 4th? Stressed?
Who's number 1?
I believe that.
I think it was Cornell.
Yeah, I just grew up with the Ivy Leagues.
I believe that because think about how much we do. We don't just do school.
But I'm thinking
Plus higher
Harvard,
standard of
Yale,
living,
Brown.
higher.
I feel like
You can party on the weekend.
pressures are just as high as people who know.
If not higher.
Plus family.
No, or if
There's
not,
so many more suicides on the East Coast than there are here.
Well, that's why there's 1, 2, and 3.
It's God helping.
We're afraid to commit
What were the ones
suicide.
above, the top 3?
I can't remember exactly the order, but it's Cornell, Harvard was on the list, MIT was on the list. Some schools that I didn't really recognize.
Not Yale
I don't think Yale was
Princeton.
on the list, or Princeton was
or
on the
Stanford.
list.
Of course,
Brown?
say Stanford and Berkeley. In the 60s, they have lots of drugs, so they probably wouldn't feel very stressed.
Santa Barbara?